Good day, sir. My name is Delmar D. Charvo from BAT4A FSM, reporting for Learning Content 3, Chapter 3, Plant Layout and Plant Location. So, for introduction, I gonna explain it na lang. So, introduction is all about investing and plant location and layout can help businesses achieve economic efficiency. So that's all. And next is what is a plant layout? A plant layout, it means a layout is a plan for efficient utilization of facilities to maximize operating cost. That's all. And next, so the next is the following are example of costs used in operation. First is rent. Costs are usually fixed. And then next is machine and equipment. Some machine and equipment requires electricity or other resources for it to work and maintain. And the next one is utilities. Costs in using utilities such as electricity, water, waste disposals, heating, sewage, and etc. And next is materials. Material costs are used to produce a product. And the next one is parts. Parts are also materials, and to produce a product, it also used for other sales such as repair and maintenance of a machine and equipments. So yun. So next is maintenance and repair. Cost to maintain the service of machine and equipment. And next one is freight and delivery. Cost of transportation, delivery from the point of the warehouse to the last end consumer. So the last one is manpower. Cost for the salary of manpower and for their training. And the next one is objective of plant layout. So maximize materials handling. So the first one is facilitate manufacturing progress by maintaining balance in the processes. So next is maintain flexibility of arrangement and of operation. And the next is maintaining high turnover of in-process inventory. And the next is effective utilization of men, equipment, and space. And next is increase employee morale. So next is minimize interference from machines. And the next is reduce hazard affecting employees. So that's all. So the next one is importance of a plant layout. So the importance of the plant layout of a plant is quite important in the view of the above definition, but the importance of a layout may greatly vary from the industry and industry. to industry, to attain the best possible layout and should be proportional to follow factors. So number 1, weight, volume, and ability. The weight, volume, and ability of the product is considered a factor since it may require industrial machines and equipment to handle move such heavy and large amount of goods. It may also require large amount of laborers to ensure productivity. And number 2, length of the process is a relation to handle time. This is important since the goal of a good plant layout is to minimize handle time in manufacturing goods. Less handle of materials is good because it improves productivity. So that's all. Then number 3, the extent to which the process tend towards mass production. Adaptation mass production will always depend on the product function. If it is a basic needs that has high demand, such as canned goods and goods, noodles, canned goods and noodles, etc. With the use of automatic machine in industries for adapting mass productions and system of manufacturing, the volume of production will increase. So that's all. Next number. So the next is problems in a plant layout. Management may arise when. So number 1, those are design change in the product. And number 2, there is an expansion of the enterprise. And number 3, there is a proposed variation in the size of the department. And number 4, some new product is to be added to the existing line. Number 5, some new apartment is to be added to enterprise, and there is a relocation of the existing department. And lastly, number 6, a new plant is to be set up. The next is manufacturing considerations. So manufacturing consideration is to obtain an overall view of manufacturing considerations in plant design. Production processes can be grouped into 3 general classifications. So number 1, layout by product. It's for serialized or production line manufacture. And the number 2 is layout by operation, therefore job layout manufacture. And number 3 is a layout by stationary materials primarily, therefore manufacture for large part and assemblies. And for our layout by product, the equipment is laid out according to sequence of operation. The materials start at head of a line and is moved progressively to adjacent machine until completion of the item at the end of the line. So the illustration below show product layout. So here the the illustration of product layout process is first is we have here the raw materials, and the next one is cleaning and disinfecting. So the raw materials is ayun ang gagamitin. Then the cleaning and disinfecting is to be safe para sa mga bibili and para malinis na din. So and then the next one, water refilling, and the next is packaging and labeling, and the next one lastly, storage. So for our advantage, we first is it's minimize materials handling, reduce the length and time of the manufacturing cycle. And the next is tends to cut inventories of in-process work. The next is saves floor space. Then next is makes production control virtually automatic. And the last, facilities administration over operators, output, and quality. Then for our disadvantage, first we have here it's a lack of flexibility to meet substantial change in product design or in production requires. So the next is its maintenance and downtime problems. And the next lastly, its tendency to yield a low utilization of equipment. So that's all. Next. So we have here layout by operation, therefore job layout manufacture. There is intermittent flow of materials. Those machines are grouped according to the type of operation by they perform. So here we have illustration by layout operation. So area A, we have here a painting department. So area B, assembly department, and the area C, machine shop department. So letter D, receiving department, and the area E, testing department, and area F, shopping and department. So that's all. And then for our advantages, we have here the 5 advantages. So first one is offering some flexibility to accommodate product variety and demands fluctuation. So the second one is permit maximum machine utilization and number 3, provides for less application of tools, jigs, and fixtures. And the number 4, makes for lower setup and receiving cost. And the 5 is better control of high precision, or a completed product can be achieved because better specialization of skills is permitted. So that's all. And for our disadvantages, we have here backtracking is the rule rather than exception, and exceptionally higher inventories are necessary. And the next one is materials must be moved in out of the storerooms, production center, and then the next one is delay occur between operation, and the next considerable paperwork is involved since separate production orders are required for each article fabricated. Then the next, the reporting, tracing, and following up of material is processed are usually laborious and expensive. And then lastly, the handle of materials between operation is slow and costly. So here, layout by stationary materials primarily or fixed position layout. It's retain the flexibility for the basic product while capturing the flow and handle advantages of a product line whenever possible. So here the illustration show the layout by stationary. Sorry. So sa gitna po, the middle is a plant site. So the left side is human resources, and the right side naman is energy. And human resources sa baba nun is supply, and energy naman sa baba nun is material resources. So the next is we have here advantages. So the first one is the possibility of assigning one or more skilled worker to a project from start to finish. So number 1 yon. Then number 2 is maximum flexibility for all sorts of change in product and processes. Number 2. And then number 3, lastly, for advantages, the opportunity to take a number of quite different project with the same layout. So that's all. Then the next one is disadvantages. We have disadvantages. We have one disadvantages. So first and last is difficulties in applying proper machine tools and specialized employees skilled due to immobile materials. So yun po ang disadvantage. For plant buildings there are two main types of buildings. So now one is single story building has fewer columns and servicing equipment can be installed in overhead trusses that permit greater flexibility in terms of plant layout. And nakapaloob doon is provide more illumination. Next is easier to expand, by example moving a wall. And the 3 gives greater floor loading capacity with less vibration and requires lighter foundation. And next is permit easier handling and routing of materials. And lastly, facilitate and supervision. So that's all. Multi-story buildings, number 2. it has more level that permits greater flexibility is in terms of plant layout. So, nakapaloob dun is efficient use of a land space result in lower cost of construction. The number 2, lower heating costs. And the number 3, possibility of vertically arranged productions areas, therefore compact layout. So that's all. So plant location. What is a plant location? So here I gonna explain it to you. What is plant location? It means is the collection of the area or location where resources such as labor, capital, raw materials, and equipment are gathered in order to start a business. It is a location where product costs are maintained as low as possible to maximize profit. So that's all. And the next, finding the perfect location is vital pala, sorry. And it should always maximize its advantage and minimize its cost. Then particularly for the cost per unit or production and delivery, the choice of a plant location is crucial, since after a facility is established, the company must deal with the benefits and drawback of that initial choice. So that's all for what is a plant location. Then the next one is what is an ideal location. So I gonna explain it again. It means a site is desirable if it has a high market share and low cost of goods, low risk, and high potential for social benefits. It is the location with the greatest net advantage, or with the lowest production and distribution cost per unit. Small scale business owner might employ location analysis for this goal in order to achieve it. So that's all. Next is number one. Next is factors affecting plant location. So number 1, collection of region. Number 2, selection of a particular community. And number 3, selection of the exact plant site. So the number 1 is relocating a region. Proximity to the market is the practice of marketing goods or service based on customers' actual physical location. In collecting a region, nearness to the market is a very important. One of the clearest and the best example is when first use proximity marketing to target advertisement to consumers who are physically close to the product. So imagine walking up to large and prominent store display and having a coupon for those items pop up on a smartphone screen. This is one of the most straightforward uses of proximity marketing and business. Then the number 1.2, proximity to the necessary materials in the selection of region, nearness to the raw material supply, spare parts and other basic materials, your product and service needs to essential to the business. It lessen to cost of transportation and increase productivity. So 1.3, availability of transportation facilities. Transportation facilities plays a vital role in the selection of region. It is a business does not have abundant transportation facilities or any distribution equipment asset. They can also rely on the available facilities approximately near from their plant site. Then 1.4, advocacy of a public and private service. It is very important to mind the adequate supply of resources. In the area such as electricity, communication, water supplies, fuel and gas of your plant site. So the next is 1.5, climate condition. The climate changes affect the production quality. So the plant site should be located in a favorable climate, especially if the business have perishable goods or product that require certain amount of temperature and humidity. And number 2, selection of a particular community. 2.1, labor supply and collecting our particular community. The business should take note of the community that is labor abundant. The community should also have abundant labor capital. This is skilled and knowledgeable to have a competitive advantage to its competitors. So 2.2, wage scale. Wage scale is one of the most important factors that affect plant site because competitions and salary drive and gives motivation to the labor force. A competitive salary and low cost to the working capital of the business will gives reasonable profit to the business. So that's all. And the 2.3, other enterprises in the community. This factor gives an advantage to plant site since the trend in business operation nowadays requires business to business partnership and business that are near to community where your plant site is loaded will give you that partnership. With this partnership, some costs will be cut out, such as production, transportation, etc. And 2.4, favorable living conditions. This is referred to the living condition within the community where your plant is located. This is an advantage to all businesses since it's given convenience to your business while it operation. And number 3, selection of the exact plant site. 3.1, land is the primary consideration for future expansion. Parking area appropriate for the type of building. And then number 3.2, transportation, accessibility of the transportation facilities either public and private. 3.3, designing restriction. Though these are restriction of location of the plant site. It will always depend on government regulation and product of the business. And number 4, 3.4, fire protection. It is one of the important factors in locating the plant site. Fire equipment, tools, and facilities in the area is monitored for fire safety. And the 3.5, waste disposal. Businesses with perishable product and dangerous product should have proper waste disposal and management are also in the charge to implement standard procedure and disposing such waste with cooperation with the government. Then the next is trend in a plant location. So the trend in plant location is the location trend will have changed substantially due to the development of substitute raw materials, network of electrification and transportation by railway, mobility of the labor, and persuasive and compulsive policies of the government for balanced regional department. So number 1, tendency to locate away from the city. Plant sites are usually located away from the cities because of the reason of government policies and less opportunity of expansion of a lot areas. Businesses usually located it at suburban areas because of low assessment and tax rate, larger land areas, and travel time in less because city traffic may cause delay. So number 2, decentralization of industries. Under the conscious industrial policy of the government, concentration of industrial units provided through license policy, new units are not permitted to be started in certain industrially congested areas. Similarly, exciting unit either establish their additional plant in a less developed area, or sometimes relocate the whole unit in such area. If a manufacturing industry is decentralized, the top management of an extremely large plant is often enabled to comprehend clearly the vastness of the plant under the control it has. Difficulty of providing that tremendous supply of personnel and the internal transportation, servicing and maintenance problems will be lessened. So the number three is swing towards planned center. Industrial center. Business tend to locate the plant site in industrial center or park because it encourage investor control the site preparation and land use for manufacturing industry. Investors is it also provide orderly and attractive community of manufacturing. Number four is a growing competition for industry. For this trend is for this trend in plant location, communities tend to give tree plant areas to encourage manufacturing industry to invest to them. Communities even innovate even communities even innovate and create quality infrastructure. They also offer the construction of the plant site itself and assume its tax and increase insurance. This is not only for the residents but also to pursue more investors to locate their plant site on that certain community. So locational analysis is a dynamic process where entrepreneurs analysis and compare the appropriateness or otherwise of alternative site with the aim of collecting the best site for a given enterprise. It consists the following. So number one, geographic analysis. It involves study of population and the area in terms of total population. Age compensation, pairs capital income, capital income, educational level, occupational structure, etc. And number two, trend area analysis. It is an analysis of the geographic area that provides continued clientele to the firm. He would also see the feasibility of assessing the trend area from alternative site. Number three, competitive analysis. It helps to judge the nature, location, size of a quality of competition in a given trend area. Then number four, traffic analysis to a rough idea about the numbers of potential customers passing by the proposed site during the working hour of the shop. The traffic analysis aimed at judging the alternative site in terms of pedestrian and bachelor traffic passing a site. Number 5, site economics. Alternative sites are evaluated in terms of establishment costs and operational costs. Under this cost of establishment. This is a basically cost incurred for permanent physical facilities, but operational costs are insured for running because on day-to-day basis. They are also called our running cost. So that's all. Thank you.